Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a quick Divine Masculine read for you. It is December 26, 2018. The Masculine read was done at 1:33:34 today. The Masculine Major Arcana were Reflection and Star. Reflection is the Hermit and Star is Star. Also the card after the read was the Chariot, so that was another Major Arcana that came out. There were 3 pentacles, 2 wands, 2 cups, and 2 swords. So very well balanced today, the masculine. Mostly 3 pentacles. So more focused on practical things. Could be financial, doesn't have to be. The Knight of Wands came up here, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. So 2 Knights and a Queen of Cups. Which could very much be about energy of a karmic or the divine feminine, and then 2 children involved, but usually they'd be older children, or it could just be a lot of movement energy, you know, a friend's going out, could be the masculine going out with a friend, or 2 friends, one could be a guy, one could be a girl. The numbers came out, a sequence of 2 to 8 came out in the cards, but the 3 was missing, which is funny because the 3 was just really emphasized in the feminine read that I just did right now. And the numbers and the codes came up 76, 2, 78, and then 3222. So 6 is 7 and 6 are there too in the 76. Also, the 8 of Pentacles was coming up out of the codes as well. No numerology card was involved with the coding here. 76 trombones led the big parade came up, and then 110, you know, leads the rest of the song, but 110, I was guided to write that down as well. Celebration, bicentennial of the birth of the USA, I want to say USAA, but of the USA. Working on details to integrate within. Pi, the integration of the masculine and feminine within. And then American Pie came up, okay? 2 hermits or 2 reflections at EP, EPT, or department. So there could be two hermits who have a department together, who work together alone. It's also about 2 hermits reflecting, so it's very much about the 2 twins reflecting on their own. EP was coming up, which was kind of funny for me because that was my junior high school. And I graduated in 1976 from my junior high school. So that was very much coming up for me as reading this. But EP is also all about extended play. All right? Because the masculine's supposed to be playing more, not working all the time. EPT is also coming up as a test. All right? So 2 hermits reflecting about a test or some kind of department. Maybe establishing a new department. Okay? But again, extended play was the emphasis here for the masculine. Extended play is also another way of saying single. Also EP was Elvis Presley, Endpoint. El Paso came up, electric piano, Earth Prayer, Easy Pass, Eastern Pacific, Earth Probe, and Executive Producer came up in what I was guided to for the definitions of EP. So whatever resonates with you. Whatever resonates, take that, leave the rest. If nothing resonates, then it's not a read for you. But go back to 1976, how old were you, and what was significant at that age for you? Because that's definitely coming up here, 1976. And celebrating, and also the birth. The birth of whatever, okay? Because we're talking about the birth of the U.S. and how the divine masculine is going through a birth of his own and integrating his masculine and feminine. Okay, that's a rebirth, a rebirthing process. Also 6, when I put the code in, 6:02, which came up, the official site, it's a sportswear site, sneakers and sportswear. But again, 6 is of love, family, and community, and then 02 is the high priestess of psychic abilities and intuition, but also of 2 in the twins. 7 of Swords reverse came up from Crystal Reflections. 2 o'clock show came up. And I just want to say 2 o'clock shadow, which is kind of funny. Somebody might have a reference to that, so please comment below. The 2 o'clock show came up, EP6-1/7, and then in parentheses, ENG for England or English. But that was from YouTube. 2 o'clock show. Extended play, love. In English. It's like the masculine saying, I choose English. Another heading that came up was GR Anime Review, the 7 Deadly Sins. And one of the things that came up in that quote was Full Metal Alchemist. Eureka 7 came up. V2, Psalms of Planets. Also, find the image of 0, which 0, I always say, is, pi is 0 with the line through it, the diameter of their circumference. But 0 is God source encompassed, okay, which is the human body. And then you have the line of pi, or the diameter, which is the integration of the mass, the line of the center of the body, integrating the masculine and feminine side within, okay. So find the image of O came up, and in parentheses was -1, -3. And then it said after 2 reflections, first in, ... So go with in first. 2 reflect, go with in first. And then it was coming up as Y is equaling -2 and X equaling, both equal -2. And I'm just getting now, that doesn't matter what it is, because they're all negative. And so it always ends up being 0 anyway, okay? Source within a human body. What is your birth card came up from 7 reflections. Site that does your birth card for you. Which one's you? What represents you? Your individual personality. And it was just 11, 7-11. Learning and assessing through reflection. Rutledge. Another heading that came up was Murder, She Wrote. Reflections of the Mind from 1985. It was specifically November 3rd, 85. Another heading that came up was 7 Seconds. Racial Tensions, Attempt to Cover Up. In Aftermath, Trial of the Century was coming up in the description of that, which is a new show. 7 Seconds. Dwelling on the Past, The Importance of Self-Reflection. Dedicate Time and Space, all right, the 3rd dimension. Reflection, it should be part of your routine. That was coming up in that heading. Then another heading that came up, Level 7 Assignment, number 6, that's due no later than February 2nd, 2019. So that may be a specific date for someone, 2/2/19, because that came up before in prior years. Level 7. Okay, so you have to finish assignment number 6, which is all about love, due no later than February 2nd, 2019. And then another heading came up, 7 Reflections, and then the last one was at 2 p.m. today. 7.6, The Reflection of Sound Waves, which came up from MREMrich.com. Just like light, when sound hits an obstacle, it reflects at the same angle. So again, here's 76. So 76 trombones, or the year 1976, the bicentennial, is very significant for you guys. Okay, so as we get into the read, also the numbers 27 and 37 came up. 27 is the Ace of Wands, and 37 is the King of Cups. King of Cups and King of Pentacles, very much part of this read today. In addition to the Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords and this Queen of Cups, okay? And it's 9-11 again. So I got 7-11 and 9-11. Alone in the cold or cave after being bubbly with the divine feminine within the divine masculine, the love bubble, running away from tired old family legacy and saving. Very sad, hiding his face from independent who's free. So that could be divine feminine, the karmic, or a daughter. On wobbly ground while outside, might as well ski. So some of you may be going skiing right now. Left behind, injured, cold, and alone, together always, even when alone. The masculine and feminine. Space between words, a dimension apart. Why is she free when I'm suffering a lot? dog at his heels, or friend helps with the boat, hoping for clear skies in order to stay afloat. King of Pentacles out watching and company, King of Pentacles out watching and comparing his coin to his partner's, stuck in emotions of dealing with addictions he dreads. Devil out with these dogs. Or, so you may have neighbors with dogs that you don't like, or car at the dealer, sticking it to him, on the stand, pulling up right hand and swearing in. So some of you may be swearing in. Or stuck without car and having to depend on them, like people you don't want to depend on for a car or a ride. Someone got the boat, which is no good in the snow. When the devil is Mrs. Jones, things can get really low. Okay, and then very soon came up as the underlying energy for the masculine, and true love, this is a romance of a lifetime, was beneath that very soon. Sagittarius drinker, King of Pentacles, hands-off policy, or patiently pouring, running out the door, scoring. Okay, and that could just be guys at the game running in the other room to tell each other when there was a score, or jumping up when someone's scoring. It could be something else as well, though. Running out, scoring. And this was 222 when this came up, the King of Pentacles. And also making sure that your insurance is paid for by the 1st was coming up here at 222. Your health insurance. The wintry trees in bed to rest knees. Truth comes out more. Clothes or uniform on the bedside floor. The Knight of Cups approaches to tell her the score. Tulips, which also can be two lips, inside window, thinking of trip to the sun, since it's winter, approaching with flowers and candy to tempt her. He'll sleep on the floor if needed. And then leadership comes up, and self-love underneath for the masculine. Okay, it's all about leadership as your guidance right now. And self-love was underneath that, but even more so self-love, okay? Knight of Wands is watching, jealous about him, Emperor. The King of Cups reversed, liar and dumped. Okay, so there's definitely this energy about this. King of Cups was coming up very negative, liar energy, and may have just been dumped by someone. The Emperor was upright, both ends covered. He's got all his ends covered to show him his worth. So it's like the Emperor showing this King of Cups reversed who he is, okay? I am the Emperor, I am the Knight of Wands. You're the Page of Cups, or you're the Knight of Cups reversed, King of Cups reversed, okay? Really, really negative, manipulative energy coming up there, and jealous. So it could be brothers or a friend or a partner. The Emperor with a leak due to vines or a tree in the ceiling. Jumper cables or lights on it, if there was a tree. Dangerous and revealing. So I don't know if someone had a tree upstairs and there was a leak with the water that came through the floor, but the danger to the electricity, or it could just be a leak that actually came through the house or the roof because of the trees outside. But be careful about electricity and the water coming in. Keeping an eye on cycles of wash and the moon. Studying astrology, the King of Cups reversed. He has a bad Jupiter. So it's like the Emperor studying astrology and looking up the King of Cups reverse chart to see what's wrong with him. Studying Rome, Greece, and America's past, the orbits of planets, and where we were last. To the barber shop where the King of Cups hangs out, to spy on him, making sure no more problems sprout. Or the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups reversed are sons of the Emperor, in competition with each other, just like the Emperor and his brother, King of Cups reversed. The Emperor Devil waves out in the cold. Very soon, true love offer, leadership, and self-love. Okay, and the Devil can just be Capricorn energy, okay? So recently, rising slowly, playing ball with partner, without partner, the Empress just standing there in the way, broken up planning a new life, rising above pettiness. Foundation is kids, holding back passions, but happy or satisfied. Very soon he surrenders, awake to his defensiveness. Queen of Cups and the Queen of Cups on guard. Queen of Pentacles love message connects Knight of Wands to his inner child. Challenged by the masculine reflection, King of Wands armed with the truth of bleeding out and wanting to tell it to you. So King of Wands armed with truth of bleeding out and wanting to tell it to you for the feminine. Now the Knight of Wands, impatience. The Knight of Wands could be the Queen of Wands reversed, going back to the past to ignite new passion. But blocked by dreams of peace and sinks, the Emperor stands strong as King of Wands amidst aftermath mess and leaving work not getting along stinks. And the energies here in the beginning for the masculine were Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, Taurus, Libra, and Sag. And more as we go on into the read is Aries, Scorpio, Libra, Sagittarius, Cancer, Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus. So it sounds like someone's leaving their job just because people aren't getting along, or it's not going to work out in this aftermath mess. Love between Queen of Pentacles and King of Wands, or there may be two kids between them. It could be theirs, or one or the other, or each could have one kid that's kind of getting in the way because they have to deal with their children. Page of Pentacles lays down swords and mind games. So Page of Pentacles could be a kid who's been up to no good, but it also could represent the Divine Masculine's inner child, okay? Putting down their sword and mind games. Magician, King of Wands, now sees her. Rose pink surrender to end the harsh truth. Destiny displayed, conceit and betrayal. Cancer split was staged and guarded, or moving or traveling guarded and aroused to the Queen of Pentacles for reunion at her house. Soon the Knight of Swords, messenger of truth, recovers by surrender, opportunity to learn. He was not in his truth. Dumping old emotions, superficial things, exploding with offer, epiphanies, while sleeping. While the Queen of Wands sits in her throne, black cat and sunflower, while she's looking away, enjoying reaping. The divine masculine thinking, higher vibration truth about God and commitments and contracts, and an offer of love to boot. Around him, or seen as, working with crystals, shining light and loving self, dreaming of new love, but sad about heartbreak. Clear blocks of the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, and I was getting this, it could be two people, but I was getting it as one person, that the Queen of Wands is the Queen of Cups, that they're one and the same. Clear blocks of Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, needy, jealous, and no intuition, taking him down at work while she sits in her throne that he made her, or gave her. The Emperor gets his wish. Manifestation, physical activity, teaching and learning come up as your advice. Reunion with offer. Past the fighting and the ignoring. The Emperor dreams of reunion with Queen of Pentacles. Justice has drained him, though, emotionally, and he's also infected. So I don't know if someone may have infections, but it could just be dumping a lot of things to weed out an infection, not knowing which one it is or which thing it is, and having to dump it all in order to find what was infected and let go of it all. But you could literally physically have an infection. Or it's just dumping these things. Dumping activities, dumping things that you no longer need, dumping old emotions that are no longer for your highest good. Aquarius or Cancer, traveling in split from payout. So I was getting like an Aquarius or a Cancer is traveling now that they're in a split with someone because they got money in the payout. The Queen of Pentacles deceived and suffering as prisoner. Inspired to work on expressing his feelings, afraid, blocked, not working or being lazy, and coming together, he walks away to more healing. Apart from each other, twins think a lot and work, rising above surrendering and reflecting their worth. Messages of truth to the Queen of Cups reversed player. Twins surrender to their light and their dreams, moving and traveling. Stars on the run. Okay, so that was the read for the masculine. And so that's all I'm going to give you for today. Make sure you drink your water and rise and be loved. Bye, guys.